Yes, people, greetings. Welcome back to the Nick and Dad podcast again. Here as you guys building up for the weekend action as well as football action pack for the weekend football club. You don't know, we're getting closer and closer to international football where the June window will resume very shortly. Then we head into the FIFA World Cup. But the Nick and Dad podcast is here, man, ready to talk about. Look, this is our first time post reacting to knowing that Rudolph Speid will be the head coach for the Unity Cup. We don't know if there is an unlimited contract in his class where he just can continue. But we're going to get into the discussion. We're going to react to the latest news around Reggae Boyz football as well. And also Khadijah Shaw. See a lot of pictures out there with her and Bruno Fernandes of, Women and Men Player of the Year. The Writers Women and Men Player of the Year. Also recap, some Premier League action as well. And, get into it, the extra time with the Champions League. Yeah, Real Madrid dressing room is like there is a bus pipe in the dressing room. Everything just leak.
Chaos.
At this moment, this is chaos. Real Madrid dressing room drama at its best, where Tushimene and the Uruguayan player Federico Valverde, one of the most hard-working player to play, all 11 position, as a Real Madrid player, such a fantastic player, get into a fight with the French player as well. So you're saying South America versus French or European players in that dressing room. Before we get into it, man, we're building up, to the weekend, and the Unity Cup is right there. It's just a few more weeks, then we will know the players that are going to participate for the Reggae Boyz team. How you feeling, building up for the weekend as well?
Yeah, been I almost feel like a while since we did another podcast, but I think so much have happened over the last couple weeks, over just couple days, not weeks.
Yeah, couple days. Yeah, probably about 4 days.
Yes, last time we did a episode, so there's a lot to discuss. There's a lot to get off our chests and stuff like that. But people, we appreciate it again for checking in and so showing a lot of support. You get when people, the best thing you can do is free. Like up the video, subscribe to both channel Nikada Media House and Daniel Football Show. But yeah, welcome back, people. But let's get it rolling.
Look, reacting to Rudolph Speid being that Unity Cup head coach. You heard his contract will run until the last game. How this man can get a contract again where the last game will be on the 31st of a month? It's the same thing with the DR Congo team. And now, if we get to, we're going to play on the last day of the Unity Cup, whether it's going to be the final or whether it's going to be the third and fourth game. But his contract set to run out at the end of that game as well. I think when he lands back on shore in Jamaica, his contract will end, and then potentially a game is on the horizon, which we're going to get into that as well, where we're going to have a different managerial changes again. It's going to be the same Rudolph Speid. That's what I'm saying. Like in the introduction, is this guy have an unlimited contract in his contract clause with the Jamaican Football Federation, where he can be in and he can be out at any given point. You understand? And just to hear, all the rumbles, going on around, what happened, the appointment of him, people having their pros and cons in terms of this is the advantage of why this man should be the head coach, and this is disadvantage of why he shouldn't be a part of the setup anymore going forward. And Daniel, we are going backwards while we should be going forward with this appointment.
Yeah, I think that devastated to hear that Speid is gonna be the coach. But as we said, we all know leading up to this decision, I think we already have an idea that he was gonna be the coach, and Jamaica was already saying that the JFF was already saying that they don't have any money. You get what I'm saying? So they're trying to take their time to make a decision. You get what I'm saying? So many meetings was putting off, that would look so suspicious.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But
people
not surprised
missing,
that
board members missing from meeting. So
yeah, it's not surprised that Speid is gonna be the coach. You get what I'm saying? But selection with the players and stuff like that is already going. A lot of mess is already starting, but I'm not. As I said, I am not surprised that Speed is the coach. It's just where we go from here and far as what's gonna happen. Players who's gonna get picked for the Unity Cup coming up. You know, we're gonna have 3 games. Maybe if we make it to the semi-final or to the final. You get what I'm saying? So let's see what type of selection. Otherwise, take away otherwise than the one that's all the news or all the noises that's going around players that's not going to coming up. I want to see what kind of starting level is going to be on that first game, who will play in the first game.
Yeah, it's just bizarre, and how this just continue, Rudolph Speid continue, to get his way in after the president pocket, and look, people might wonder, like, yo, what kind of relationship, these two members have, together. You have to remember, it started all back from when Mike Crickets want to get re-elected back into his position of being in around what is third term. I think he had like half a term, filling in for Oris, Captain Borrell, and then you got a term again, and then he going into another term. So this is his third term as well, 8-9 years, and you're wondering, like, yo, it's like they're letting in their best amigos into the, a position of where they just cannot fulfill that job anymore. And if you just look at what the process was from beyond and to now present moment, it just cannot see logical of how a football organization body can make such utterance of madness of getting this man align himself again with the head coach. And in somewhat, you want to blame Speid. I've said, listen, have some balls, have some shame, have some dignity about you, and look what was on the horizon. Look what Jamaican football fraternity could have achieved, closely around $2 billion, where that could have done a lot if those money goes into the right corners and creases in around the football from the top to the bottom of the Jamaican Premier League, go right down, to the grassroots, to the lowest level in Jamaica, and also tread around, the coaching department, develop coaches, the women's side of the game as well, promote the sports a little bit more, and then getting new competition, because we have seen over the world, across the world, that, listen, the English FA, the FA Cup, the DFB Pokal, the German, the Deutschland, like all these top FAs have a knockout tournament in Jamaica, in their respective league. I want to look in Jamaica. We used to have the most famous Jackie Bell knockout, and there's no more of a Jackie Bell knockout. I think one time maybe you used to have the JFF knockout cup, but where is that respectful knockout tournament that the Jamaican Football Federation can say that, listen, this is our give back, a part of giving back to the local league in Jamaica. And you could see that these guys are not doing much for the football. They are just doing a little paper crack to say, listen, this is what we have achieved. And I don't even know if they are doing the minimum, because if you are doing the minimum with Jamaican football, maybe would have been at a distance already, or even qualify, for the Jamaica. Only Jamaica at this given point could mess up this easy World Cup campaign. And I want to play a clip as well of a former, Reggae group, head coach Charlie Edwards as well was speaking, and I got the clip from Nationwide Sports.
We talked about Rudolph Speid. He was a part of McLaren appointment. He became advisor to McLaren. He went off with his own team and they failed. Now, we take it even back a little bit more, where he was instrumental in removing Tapper Whitmore. And today, Tapper Whitmore still boasts a better record than these guys by far. And I'm not saying we should go back there, or we shouldn't, but the point is that he has failed in many ways. And we are indeed rewarding failure with another try. We keep rewarding failure, and we need to stop and look at what we're doing. We have to take responsibility for a lot of what has happened. And I think they should be in dialogue right now, looking at the whole thing and doing a post-mortem, look at what went wrong and how we can put it right. In accountable doesn't mean that we want to fire you or kick you out or anything like that. We need to see a program that can take us forward. If not, then if they can't put a program to go forward, then they maybe need to step down.
So I want to get in it where he was saying that they chased Tapa Whitmore out of his position as a head coach in previous time. You imagine if Tapa was in this position and Speid was the one that to make the decision in the boardroom, was it the chairman of the technical committee board? If he was that man currently and Tapa was the man that failed miserably in this campaign,
crucify him.
I wouldn't see Tapa even getting an opportunity to go to the Unity Cup.
The old Jamaica would have crucified him. They'd have drag him. They'd have drag him to the ground. You get what I'm saying? Like only Tapa get blamed. When Tapa don't win the Gold Cup, they blame him. When Tapa didn't make it to the last World Cup, they blame him.
Qatar.
He's the one that actually face responsibility and you have to get all consequence. You get what I'm saying? So why can't Speid and Mike Rich and the president actually face that? You get what I'm saying? So it's just an agenda and a friend thing. You get what I'm saying?
And also he touched on like how the president must get him hacked in together of listen, we need better decisions going forward. But it's around a decade now. We've been waiting for that decision to make, and there's no proper leadership. How much time we're going to come here and talk about that? And he said about a proper program. When have you ever seen a proper program being demonstrated under this administration of this is what the national team going to run off? This is what exactly, we're going to build and get this program move and get it to the next level of. These are the process. It will be the criteria. These are the level of standards around the national team. This is how we're going to develop the next younger youths coming up and integrate the best talent into the senior team and merge them with the experience and the younger ones who already have the experience at the senior level. And you don't see anything. You don't see anything like that. So where is the proper guidance from this current regime of getting the program to the next level? It's not there. And we just cannot understand where you have Jamaicans out there that said that they are lovers of the sport. They are lovers of the national team, but with no dignity and any pride. But because there's benefit from other people, you can get it. Yeah, you can get benefit from other people. Why you think that a shadow band should be over your eyes or the deep black cloud should be over your eyes when it comes on to the leadership of the administration? They can't do any wrongs for certain people out there. So the agenda is very powerful and it's very strong.
And I'm glad you said that. The direction and the strategy of going forward. Now that we miss out from the World Cup. What is the new strategy? What is the new ideas?
The president said in the know.
What's the new structure?
The president said he could have eat again in the know.
They give Speid the Speid a job, which I already told. I think Speid's gonna get the permanent job once you need to go over. What is the structure of going forward and what is in play? Do you think that actually when they was doing all of these meetings and giving Speid a job and say, so for instance, them say, yo, all right, we're just gonna go local players now. Stuff like that. We're just gonna go local. We're gonna work on our own. We're gonna work on our own backyard and work and have a plan and have a structure. I don't they even do that. I don't they even have that. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't think they have a strategic plan set up and have it there and say, yo, this is how we're gonna work with. You get what I'm saying? I think it's business as usual. You get what I mean? Just like you said. The president himself said he don't know what he would have done.
That are the biggest flaw in the reasoning about the failure of this campaign. That is the biggest flaw, to be honest. And just around, probably not even a day fully as yet, we see news that come out on different forums, different, even from Instagram, from mainstream media as well, talking about players that are unavailable. It's like players reject are called up when truth rightful that we know that there's quite a few players that didn't got that invitation letter from the Football Federation of listen, you are invited to be at the Unity Cup.
Yeah.
But the agenda with certain players get the agenda with certain players. Why is it sometimes these stuff have to come out when these players are not probably at their peak at this moment?
Yeah.
What people have said, and even we have said it, like, listen, Bailey hasn't been at his best form for probably since he started playing for the national team. We yet to see that Leon Bailey. There's like scripts of Leon Bailey form you can trace in the black, green, and gold shirt, where I think one time when we host the Gold Cup versus Honduras, he played against Trinidad and St. Kitts in the Gold Cup. He have some very good game. Guatemala at home in the World Cup qualifier. So he have a few 1 and 2 games that you can think of, and right off your head, like, listen, that was a very good game, but wasn't the standard of a Leon Bailey perform at Leverkusen.
Wasn't
and
consistency.
Aston Villa. Yeah, you get me? So there's no consistency. But I'm saying, man, when you look at just a few hours, the Bobby Reid, the Ethan Pinnock, the Whisper, the Leon Bailey, you believe that it is okay to come out and criticize a player or a Premier League baller. You can't teach him how to retain the ball. If the England coach him now pick him, why you think I should pick him?
Yeah.
But you think a player that's going to accept the call up to run through a brick wall for you in these cup? And listen, I'm going to say this as well. The Premier League, the Premier League finish on the 24th. That is the last day of the Premier League. You know in yourself that Aston Villa highly unlikely will play in the Europa League final with the odds, with the coach, with the teams are in around it, right? They're more likely to get the better of a Nottingham Forest team. Bailey going to play, and Bailey going to be a part of Aston Villa squad even up to the 24th of this month. And it's highly unlikely that Villa will go on to win the Europa League. And if so be the case, you know that Villa are going to have a parade. You know that. I think the last time they won a European trophy, I think it was 1982 when they beat Bayern Munich. So I'm saying that they will have a parade. Bailey will not be available for this. There will be so much distractions or happiness and celebration that underline at this moment for Aston Villa. So Bailey will not be available. And I would never go ahead and try to ask Bailey if he's available, because I will not. With the surrounding and the stuff that is happening around Aston Villa and how close the games are with the Unity Cup.
But I feel like the camp of the most of the players that lose a lot of respect for Speed, especially what he did in that Gunners interview and come out and throw Leon Bailey under the bus about the meeting. He threw Whisper under the bus that if those coach not picking him, why should I pick him? You get what I'm saying? So I think Speed burned a lot of bridges by doing that interview and threw a lot of those players under the bus. You get what I'm saying? So I don't expect none of these players to come out and come play for him. You get what I'm saying? And I don't think, and this is why I think Speed is so incompetent to understand, say, when you're coaching a certain caliber of players and you want to be, you're coaching a certain level, you need players to have your trust and you have to have them back. Coaching at Cavaliers is not the same as coaching at Jamaica national team at national level, because at the end of the day, you're going to need players' trust. When you're at your own club, Cavaliers, they can dictate how things go, how things run, because at your club that, and these players that are at Cavaliers going to respect you to the fullest. You get what I'm saying? So when you're at the Jamaica national team, where players is coming from all over the world, from different country, different team with different personality, with big egos, you're gonna have to know how to manage them. And I just think that Speed is so naive because he have never coached at that level to understand the situation to how to manage these players. And
you have never played at that level to even understand that.
To even understand it. So I think he's so out of his depth. You get what I'm saying? But we already know it's an agenda. As I said, it's an agenda to make the players them look bad. To put it out there to the media to make the players them look bad, that the players them did not accept the call. And I agree with you. The games the final for the Europa League.
I think it's a 20. It's going to be 20 of this month, and then the last game for Villa in the Premier League will be versus City on the 24th, and the Unity Cup is what, the 26th.
Even if Bill is not playing, even if Bill is not playing, it's very. I wouldn't.
It's a long season.
It's a long season. Yeah, it's a long season. We already know Bill is complaining about traveling already, and etc. But I think he lost Bailey once he come out and say, "Yo, he never." And go back to the interview when he talked with Gunners again. How can Bailey in the team, and you're gonna say, even if a player say you want to have a meeting, want to have a conversation with you, you're gonna say, yo, the player never have a conversation. You never talk to this player. So you're there on the sideline, and you're there in the dressing room. You never once tell Bailey say you do this. Can you make it sound like say you and Bailey never talk? What kind of coach? What kind of coach is this, man? Is that what I say?
Yeah.
Does not make no sense, man.
Yeah, I just feel like with some of the players them name that brandish in the media space, I think for just a few of them are one, it's a big setup. It was a setup in terms of knowing that it would have been really tight to get the player availability to come play for the national team in a game that it's more of a developmental tournament where you want to expose the fringe players. You want to, to have a better understanding of the quality of the players that you have, fringe players around the squad. So it's not an important tournament. It's just another tournament where it's right in between of when the major leagues in Europe will end and the June window will open for international games. So it's very tight right there. And it's not like we are going to the Unity Cup where you want we are going to the World Cup where you want these players to be in the squad, where you can build a camaraderie, around the squad
and be motivated,
You get what I say? It's not like we have a World Cup this summer where you need everyone, even if they're not going to play, but you just want them amongst each other, to build that cohesion and the spirit of the team and watching, their fellow teammates, players on the pitch, cheering them on, just like what Ousmane Dembele did. He got subbed off in the 65th minute, and he was the one that on the bench cheering on, shouting as well to his teammate, like, listen, don't give up, keep the pace, keep the intensity go. It's not something like that. It's far-fetched from that. So I'm just feel like, yo, this was a big setup. And what happened in the Curacao game on November 18? Bobby Reid for stay yard, right? He missed the goal. Go back to the last campaign in Tapa days. He missed, I think, a sitter versus USA, if my memory serves me right. Bobby Reid not good. The England players are not good. So what is it so important to really publish and make a big headline as if these players don't want to come?
Yeah.
You get what I say?
Yeah, and these players are Bobby Reid, Bobby Reid, for sure. We know about Bobby Reid. Every time, even when he's not playing for his team, he's not performing, he's here. You get what I'm saying? Like, he's always reliable. So to make Bobby look like a bad player, it's not a good look, man. It's not a look good, man. Like, this guy just get the job and the man start already.
The leak information start already. And I'm just wondering, like, come on, like, look at so much things is building up to the Unity Cup and the international window. We heard about Spain, we heard about Iran. Why not try to bring some positive lights to the people and like, listen, it's officially where we are in talks to get international friendly against big World Cup opponent team, but we don't have the final say as it because negotiations are in process. Something you could wrap something around the media, put it out some positive. But when you look Bailey Whisper name in the forefront of the media, it don't really look good. Whisper now, we can't understand the Whisper situation where you want to see Whisper in the Unity Cup, but with them coming from Phoenix Academy, you're going to have that politics going to play. You get what I say? And
Yeah.
you know what? It seems like in the media, like, yo, Whisper want to like he's bigger than the program. Because look, we can there and posit, a lot of opinions on why Whisper didn't turn up. You get what I say? We can see a problem like Speid, because Speid criticized him in the media, the Butler and the Butler and the Rudolph Speid politics in play again. We can all posit that, but we don't have the official reason on why Whisper didn't accept the call up. And I would love to know why, because this will be such an important, tournament for him. This is the time where, him can really galvanize the Reggae Boyz fan, because look, his support around this national team is one of the biggest. Yeah, it is one of the biggest where the fans love him locally and in the diaspora as well. So I would love to know the reasons, of why he didn't turn up or why he didn't accept the call as well. And we just only can speculate, because look, we know even when tournament or league finish, you still need permission from the club, especially when the players are currently under contract with a club. You need permission. You need to send out a letter, an email to the player and also the club, wherever it should go. So they're still going to need permission from their respective clubs. So I just didn't really like it, but I'm just hope that it's not something too serious and why Whisper isn't available at this moment.
I think Speid gonna have to be a man if he's gonna be the coach, because at the end of the day, I'm not care what Speid want to say. I'm not care what Speid entourage them want to say. Speid Whisper is the future for the Jamaican national team. You get what I'm saying? So they have to come to some agreement. If you just apologize where you said about him in the media, something have to give. Something have to give.
Look, get a meeting on confidential terms where whatever say in a meeting, doesn't leak back out to the public.
Yeah, we don't want to hear it. Keep that in between the house and between both parties, the Butler camp and the Speid camp. You get what I'm saying?
Highly likely, I think that will.
So we can move on with the football. You get what I'm saying? Focus on the team and who's supposed to come in, who's supposed to, we're tired of the politics, man. We just want to focus on the football,
Even looking at it, right, where different things could have happened, the approach could have been different. I know there's more positive news that will break for this Unity Cup squad. Why not highlight something of what, leading up, even going to the weekend? Why not highlight something of, listen, man, this is something that, is on the horizon. Yeah, it's on the horizon for the national team going into the Unity Cup. Something positive, but it's always chaos around, whenever a squad to be named, especially when this man is the forefront of as the head coach at this moment.
Even when Albinson was there, there is a problem.
It always been an issue. It always been an issue. So I just one of those things, and more I forget in this just a minute where I want to get. Let's see if I can get it. So one of the prominent voices in around the space speaking as well.
The Unity Cup tournament are come up in England by the end of this month, which is now a couple weeks away. But who knows say Rudolph Speid our coaching team for them 2 games there? There your argument now say it's a trial basis for our coaching team. So the wrangling still going on because some people want Speid to coach a team permanently. After he basically carried the team to the most massive failure in the history of Jamaican sport.
More stop it. I think more listen no more when Orlaga come out and said that there might be a trial basic. Like, how can a coach go on a trial basic at this moment when him feel miserable? So we are retrial. So it's like we are retrialing someone that blatantly in the media, in the public domain, who fail the country. Are we going to retrial him again with arguably 2 teams out of the 4 are a cricket nation, Zimbabwe and India?
Should have just give him the job. That there's no try. You don't need to try no more. Just give him the job.
What Speed going to prove against India to host that he deserved to take the team on a permanent basis going forward for the long term?
Because they already know that any Speed could have bring the whole Jamaica Premier League and still beat those 3 teams. You see me? So regardless, nobody not gonna judge him more if we play at Nigeria, because we already know Nigeria is just a better team now, with more superior team now with. But it's crazy. It's just again the president, the whoever in the board put up this decision to give this guy another trial when, as you said, he failed. The trial was when you get the trial to play the World Cup qualifiers and to play Congo. That was the trial. And he couldn't able to bring us over the line. Why is he getting trial in a Unity Cup?
When the Unity Cup should be something, the program should start right there.
It should start right there for the next journey to the next World Cup. You get what I'm saying?
I don't know. But listen, I said this in our video that I did probably a couple of videos back ago, where I said, listen, the 2030 World Cup campaign has started and we are already behind. You hear me say, bro? The 2030 World Cup campaign has started and we are already behind as a nation. Yeah. Costa Rica failed to get to that next level with Miguel Herrera, a coach that coached Mexico at the World Cup in Brazil. And I think, if my memory serves me right, he was the one that was in Russia as well, right? Ronaldo Rueda for Honduras, he dismissed himself because he didn't qualify. Guatemala kept their head coach because they think that he's on the right path.
Yeah,
he did such a fantastic job. They back him because they believe in him.
Yeah,
and you know what they did? All these coaches include re-signing back Fernando Tena, the Guatemalan coach. It's a 4-year deal. The former Venezuelan coach as well, the Argentinian, going to Costa Rica. They give him a 4-year deal. I think Nicaragua as well. There's no more Miguel Figueroa. They give that coach, a new coach coming into that setup, a 4-year deal. Honduras coach, everybody have a long-term contract. But guess what now? We, the owners, are still a fight each other of who should be the head coach. We have so many time to prepare. March 31st already gone. We are heading in close to 2 months now since we play our last game. And we yet to find out who is that coach. So what we are weird, but we are fine. We are doing the wrong thing. So that's what I'm saying. We cannot trust them money anymore.
You said we yet to find out who is that coach. You sure? I think we already did. You said we yet to find out who is that coach. I think we already did. I think we have to find our coach.
Feelings, boss?
I tell people, like I said this again, I'm gonna make peace with Speed being the coach. I think Speed is going to be the coach. I make peace with that. You get what I'm saying? I have no confidence from this board, from this president. I have no confidence. You get what I'm saying? Just like they said, come out and said that 6 people vote, and the tiebreaker was the president. You get what I'm saying?
From
God said 2 people were supposed to be at the meeting, stay home, and they was on the meeting. Why candidates? I don't understand. What was the purpose of them being on Zoom and they still cannot vote? They should have still able to vote.
I don't know. There's a policy in around the JFF where you can.
But that's a massive decision for the JFF.
But Daniel, we know in this current day of administration, when you have meeting, especially board meeting, sometimes not everyone will be available inside that office. They will have to be a projector with these people up on the
But they
screen
should,
doing
but they still have to coach.
remotely
They are part. They're legally still a part of the
of the board.
a part of the
Exactly.
JFF.
Exactly.
So regardless if they be on Zoom or not Zoom, they still have to be able to vote. You see what I'm saying? Like if you have court cases and with court, these courts are still legally is still can able to go ahead and proceed with the action regardless if you have a ticket, regardless. Just because it's a Zoom, that doesn't mean it's not valid because you're not in person. Nonsense.
Stuff, man.
It was done for a reason. You see what I'm saying? Speed is gonna be the coach. I'm gonna make peace with that. But my problem with this agenda and this propaganda that is spreading out and players are ready. But now I gonna be okay with that party.
Yeah, I mean, what says you around where potentially more likely it seems like Iran will be that candidate, who will play sometime around in June, in international friendly break before the teams head to the World Cup, into the FIFA World Cup. Looking at Iran, their rank is 21 in the world. It's a very good team.
Really?
I
didn't know that.
Their rank is 21 in the world. We know that they have one of the most famous players, TRACEY. At this moment, they were in a group with Uzbekistan, UAE, Qatar, Kyrgyzstan, and North Korea, and they topped that group to qualify for the FIFA World Cup as well. We saw Uzbekistan, who is in the group that Reggae Boyz, if we would have qualified, would have been right in that slot as well with Uzbekistan. But with Iran, they're on the horizon. Their first game will be on June the 15th versus New Zealand. Then the 21st, they will play Belgium, and the 26th, they will play Egypt. Those three teams, they have to compete to fight to get to the next round. Quality opponent. I think Miguel Coley once used to coach in somewhere in this region as well, Iran, if my memory serves me right. We saw the growth of Iranian football where their team is competing very well. When you have the Arab Cup, when you have the Asian Cup, they qualify for a couple World Cups now over the last decade. So they've been there as a nation. What we going to learn from playing this Iran team as a team that's already crippled?
I think we always complain about we're not getting good qualities friendly game. We used to complain about that. We used to always go to the same teams in the Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? Like we never used to get quality games. I think back then when they have the Ricardo Fullers, the Baby Garner, we used to play England. We used to play a lot of quality games, but in the past couple of years we have not able to play good quality teams in friendly games. You get what I'm saying? So I think for the downfall of not making it to the World Cup, I think we might get some quality opposition because teams that is in the World Cup is gonna want to play. You're gonna look for friendly, and we're that team that's gonna be available. You get what I'm saying? Just that we're gonna have a good competent squad to able to take on these teams. You get what I'm saying? So I think Iran is a good quality team. I think I was watching them in the game. I think it was in that. Did they went to the playoffs to make it to the World Cup?
No, I think they tapped their zone. I think them and Uzbekistan came out as.
I would mix. I think I mixed them up with one team that was playing a playoff.
Oh, that was Iraq. That was Iraq.
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 Yeah. So I'm mixing them up with Iraq then. Okay. Yeah. So I think Iran is a good team. I think they always do good in the Arab Cup as well. You get what I'm saying? So they're a very good team. I'm looking forward. I'm honestly more looking forward to this game more than the Unity Cup. because I'm not really gonna learn anything from. You get what I'm saying?
We just might see some emerging players that needs needs a highlight, to showcase them talent, and I need a good audition as well from them. So probably we would learn of new players are coming through and what they're capable of as well. But I think the Iran game is a very good quality.
Yeah, I think, and plus also we think we're gonna learn a lot from Speid as a coach. You know what I'm saying?
So hold on, stick up point. So Speid contract got done when Unit got done. Will he get the job? Because I think what I said, the first game for Iran in the World Cup will be June the 15th, and I think the June window for international break is from the 1st to the 9th. So I think Iran might be looking for 2 game or 1 game. And what I've heard with the reports that it might be around the 5th or the 4th of June. So that's like less than a week before the international friendly game versus Iran. If that's the game we get, right? Will we have time to go to another procedure of get a permanent coach in probably less than 4 days? What kind of purpose, what kind of madness this really are going with the football? So we are going to have another board meeting again. Are we going to have another board meeting? No, tell me no. Are we going to have another board meeting to elect Speid again to coach this international friendly game?
Dog, Speid is already coach. I don't know why you don't understand the fact this is Speid already the coach already. The man is already the coach. The JFF just put it underneath the table and say, yeah, coach. We just put it out there, say, you just temporary. But so we're gonna go with that logic there. Say, what you just said, that the time space for our new coach and to prepare a new squad, because you have to call up players again. You get what I'm saying? So it's a lot. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna be a lot.
And you can't call up players in between 4 days to come play, because holiday that.
And they have to train. You have to put a squad together. You have to put tactics. You have to put the plan.
The players,
how is that going to happen?
The players have to go travel. So who are going to pick that team? Who are going to pick the team if you're going to play Iran? Because if you're going to play Iran, as invitations supposed to have sent out already.
Yeah.
And where me hear from oral TRACEY, him delegate different man, for pick the squad, So him hand over the list, but him give a different man for deal with that process. Why that? Why is that so? Bro, how can you hand over the list to give to our next delegation staff
and you're the coach
and to speak with the players and to speak with the club? You want to be a close relationship.
I think this is going to be a mess. I think it's going to be a mess. Oh, you as a coach, you're not the one that's going to identify players. Thomas Tuchel at every game in England, watching the game, identify the players.
I don't know. I don't get it. Like, why you hand over the charge of someone else to go out there to represent, to show their face? Listen, the head coach wants you. All right, cool. Say I don't know, but say they have a designated staff member to do this job on a regular basis, right? I don't know how this run internally, to be honest, but with knowledge as well, is as a head coach, you want to be a part of it. You want your face to be there. You want the relationship to be there with the club and with the player. So you want to be there in these type of meeting. You can't just leave these stuff just openly to someone else. And look, there's no one in the JFF that knows how the football structure and the system run, because they have never played at that level. And for someone at Speid, who probably one of the most educated member in the Jamaican Federation, including Errol Stevenson as well, who probably have a little bit of a sense of, this is how this run. Because look, as much as I blame Speid, he's very educated, like to know how to speak the right things. So I don't know, man. Yeah, I think him have a basic knowledge and how to do certain stuff. But
I think you're 100% right, He have the basic knowledge, but does he have the football brewing? What to say to a football player? I'm not discrediting him as an individual for run a business, to do whatever, to have education. But having the basic knowledge of a person is not the same as having a football knowledge. Have the football language. You get what I'm saying? So how can he go up to say Omar Hutchinson is unavailable to come back to play for Jamaica? What can you believe that Speed can go up to Omar Hutchinson and say, yo, I want to have you in my plans. I think the left wing is gonna be yours. We're gonna build a structure around you, etc. etc. Are we convinced that Speed have these attributes to him as a football man? I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
I I believe, as I said before, I think he know the laws of the football book. I think him have that basic knowledge and know idea of how things run. I think someone that's realist. If you listen to how he do interviews as well, he speak on certain things. He's someone that come off with him have that basic knowledge of how certain things run. You get what I say? But whether or not him can propel himself to go to that next level of remove his ego, not be naive and want to do the job, just like how, look, Cavalier, bro, you have never really hear these type of stuff and bag of quagmire around Cavalier Football Club. You have never hear these stuff happen. You get what I say? Because guess what? That are him darling, that are him bread and butter. Him cherish that football club. But it seems like when they on the international platform, it's all about a self. How I should put it, like it's all about a self-interest. Yeah, it seems like it's all about a self-interest and put a big dark thick cloud over the people's eyes of saying that you're a nationalist. Look, who out there are more patriot to be as a Jamaican? The patriotism as a citizens of Jamaica. We love our country. Everywhere we go, we brandish the black, green, and gold.
Yeah.
You get what I say? So, I mean, I think him have a look understanding, but this is how bad it is inside of the federation, where the lack of football minds in that federation, in the organization, is very terrible. It starts from the president. He don't know nothing about football. It shows that, and he don't do a lot of researches on what's supposed to be done. He don't come off as someone that know what is happening off his fingertip.
Yeah. He just go with the flow. He just represent.
And if I never Speed, him could win election. Him could be Raymond Anderson if I never have a Speed. Yeah. So that's why I say Speed know for organize quite a few stuff. You have to get certain things done when it maybe look like a self-interest. So if it not really benefit them individually, it's like there's no interest of getting the job done. But Cavalier, when Cavalier lose financially, Speed pocket bun him. But when JFF lose, Theme pocket not bun him.
Don't care. That's not his business.
That's what I'm talking about. Right there, the self-interest, and that's how it come off, not to us, but to the public as well. And they say the people them that running the ship around Rudolph Speid camp, they are not even trustable at this moment. When you come out and speak certain things, it seems like they make it seem that you're an alien. You don't know what you're speaking about. Yeah. That's how they make things look.
They always feel like they know more than you. You get what I'm saying? Just because you're not in the place of power, you don't have the certain qualifications, so they think you don't know nothing. So that's why these people in the JFF, they have no self-awareness. They don't care about nothing what the fans say. You get what I'm saying? So it's just business as usual for them. You get what I'm saying? We in the place of power, so we don't have to listen to nobody, and we just move on. That's why we realize that we haven't made it to the World Cup and nobody have lost their job. Everybody that was start from the first part of the campaign until now, everybody is still there. Nobody, no, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like these people are so, they just get on with each other. It's a friend thing, they hire him. You get me? So the one and few board men that was questioned, like what's going on, this guy costs us so much money, and this is one of the best opportunity to get to the World Cup, and the few board member try to question it. They seem like they're the problem. So, you know what I'm saying?
We're going to move on from the whole quagmire and the big issue and the bizarre appointment for feelings boss, but we're going to get into it, the mix of the one and only Khadijah Shaw getting the women's writers player of the year in England. 18 goals from 19 games as well. I think she won it back in 23-24 season, I think, when Ireland did won it as well. So now we saw her pairing with Bruno Fernandes and the big platform as well. And there's a journalist as well that reporting an expert from the Athletic report. His name is her name is Megan Feringa. She said that, speaking on the behalf of potentially Manchester City women team might lose Khadijah Shaw, where she said that, I'm quoting her, to lose Shaw so soon after winning the WSL title for the first time in a decade would feel like a fumble on the part of Manchester City. She's only 29 years old. She has at least 4 more years of elite goal scoring in her. She is only likely going to get better. As if what we're getting from the statement from one expert, Megan Feringa, it's like she's saying that this will be a big mistake for Manchester City women team, to lose such a prolific goal scorer, someone who has scored over 100 goals for the club, the first time that ever achieved at the club, capturing their first WSL title, since a decade ago. I think it was in 2016. Scoring more hat-tricks than anyone else, including the legend player for Chelsea, Sam Kerr, as well. I think 8 or 9. I think it was 8, and all of that is going to get dismissed away from Manchester City, women team. What you said on that?
Yeah, I think the board, Manchester City board, have taken massive responsibility of allowing Bonnie Shaw to run down her career. You get what I'm saying? You tell me throughout those contract year, you tell me that once they bring her to the team and say, listen, I think you're one of the most important player. You get what I'm saying? We want to give you a contract. You get what I'm saying? We have a plan around you. We're gonna bring in better players to improve the squad. You get what I'm saying? Winning the women's league is just a start. You get what I'm saying? We're gonna be in the Champions League. We're gonna be competing. You get me? So I don't know if Man City is just not financially equipped to try to challenge Chelsea. Maybe it's that. You get what I'm saying? Because people need to understand that Manchester City football team and Manchester woman team financially is not the same. They're separated for a reason. You get what I'm saying? So I think it's a massive fumble if Man City do lose her. You get what I'm saying?
Which I think they're going to lose her.
I think career wise is a money made in change for herself. You get what I'm saying? I think respectfully, you want her to be at Man City. She could have been a club legend. They get me. So much years there, but they get what I'm saying. But business move on. Football. This move, what this move remind me of? This move remind me of Lewandowski scoring so much goal for Bayern Munich and make that jump to Barcelona. You get what I'm saying? So I think it's the right time. You get what I'm saying? She's still in her peak. As I said, she still have 4 more years at the best. You get what I'm saying? So I think that Chelsea is a team is going to be better next season. Even adding Bonnie Shaw to that. You get what I'm saying? So I just think that it's players only have one career to live. You only have one career. You get what I'm saying? And career is very short. So you can't
especially at woman level of earning at the highest level for too long. That's very short,
Yeah, very short. Time go fast. So she can't sit there, dilly-dally, wait. You see what I'm saying? So I think the opportunity come our way, Chelsea value her to be their highest earner. So, football goes on. But I'm just happy that she's coming to Stamford Bridge, and I'm glad that she's coming because Chelsea women's team is gonna be playing at Stamford Bridge. All their games is gonna be at Stamford Bridge next season. So that's a big platform to be playing at. You get what I'm saying?
I want to get something So I just want to check this facts, check it. All right, so yeah, I'm right. So on Sunday, the FA Cup semi-final, guess it will be Chelsea versus Man City in the FA Cup semi-final. So, okay, I mean, I say Chelsea versus Manchester. We're going to talk about that in the next podcast because that's a massive game. That's a massive.
She could
game.
definitely win out with that double.
She can do the double, yeah.
She can do double, you know.
Yeah, so
that's
a massive. That's a massive game. So, all right, I want to get to this as well, where this other statement coming out from the Athletic Football, where I got an ex, Khadijah Shaw is set to leave Manchester City upon the expiration of her contract at the end of the season. The striker had been close, to staying at the newly crowned WSL champion, but negotiations, it's a negotiation, so it's more than one, have broken down. According to the source, brief, and situation speaking on the condition of, confidential terms to protect the relationship. Barring a late U-turn, Shaw times at City is due to come to an end. Chelsea are among the interest parties who have made contract offer worth at least £1 million, just around 1.3 million US dollar per year. And we have seen that NWSL. I heard that there's a club in Germany which probably only one club can really pay that money.
Bayern Munich.
It's only Bayern Munich. And Chelsea. So it seems like they tried to negotiate, a lot of contract, try to agree to a term, on many different occasions, but they just couldn't come to that agreement. Currently, at this moment, Bonisha is roughly around what I'm getting. This might not be accurate, but what I'm getting from different reports as well, that she's currently at around £230,000 annually, and that's not enough for a player like Bonisha.
How much you think? I think if Man City could improve that to at least.
I would love to know. I feel like maybe City was looking at Sam Kerr is getting roughly around $500,000 a year at Chelsea. Yeah, maybe they're looking at that and looking at, all right, maybe we can negotiate something right around that term. Alex Putellas for Barca is getting around 700-800 euros annually. Bon Mati is getting up to $1 million, the 7 figures. Trinity Radman is getting up to 7 figures as well. I think Bonisha is up there.
From 200 to $1 million, bro. Nobody at City can envy her.
No.
Nobody at City can.
She has done her job.
She has done her job. She winning the Premier. She winning the league. She has scored over 100 at goals. Like, you cannot envy her.
I believe Bonisha deserves a statue. I believe she deserves a statue.
You cannot envy her for say, for go on and make more money. Because at this point right now, it's more money plus trying to win the Ballon d'Or. Just trying to win the Champions League. City's not going to give her that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody at City should can envy her.
I believe this is so poor. And I'm looking at it where, we just said it where a lot of the entities, we saw even Aston Villa separate themselves from Villa women team just because of financial reason as well. If Washington Spirit can give Trinity Radman 7 figures, close to up to $2 million annually in the NWSL where there's no Champions League, yeah. City should do better. City should do better. And we don't know yet if Bonisha agree to that contract that's currently out there from Chelsea. That tells me that City were offering something that's very low to that. Because I believe she loved the club, but she believed that, listen, as a woman, I have to, a woman already, they're going to value their worth. You get what I say? They're going to value their worth. And I don't think it's comparable.
But she should. She have all rights to,
Yeah. So the highest paid player at Chelsea roughly Sam Kerr roughly around. I think Sam Kerr, Reece James' sister as well. Roughly one of some of the highest earners at Chelsea. And if Bonisha can get to that level, that will be double. That will be double.
Lie. I can't wait to see her with James' sister. She gonna get some assists. Like
they Chelsea have a few this Asian girl that playing the attacking third as well.
Yeah, and she have the Americans. What's her name?
I know who you're talking.
Thompson. Thompson.
Yeah. Yes.
Brilliant.
I was
Excited.
just going to get to that as well. Let me look at. So there is this player I think is at Chelsea. I don't see her. I saw the
Just
Colombian.
come in.
No, I know. No, I'm not talking about Thompson, man. I'm not
You're
talking
talking the
about.
one that come from Levante?
What about there's this Asian player used to be at Chelsea. She's not there anymore.
No, she move on.
Oh, she move on.
Yeah, she move on.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I know.
She
I know.
did it for years. I think she move on, man.
Okay. All right. So, that's it around Khadijah Shaw contract issues. But yeah, we have to big up Shaw. She's out there as well with Bruno Fernandes. Once it used to be Erling Haaland when they swept that award away and kept it in the club. But yeah, moving on to bigger things. Look, people, we're going to skip the Premier League action as well because we're just going to wait until the weekend finish. The weekend is soon up on us already. So the Champions League, like we saw Arsenal get the better of Atletico Madrid, at the Emirates. We saw both coaches were animated on that touchline, Diego Simeone and Mikel Arteta. It's been a while since I saw two coaches really going at it, with their players. It was very good. But I was saying this to myself when I was looking at the game in the first 15 minutes. I was like, why am I even expecting Atletico Madrid to get something from this game when they need to go out there and get the game, when Arsenal is the best defensive team in the entire world at this moment? They conceded 6 goals, in the Champions League. They yet to lose a game. So I'm like, who is in this Atletico Madrid team who really can break down the stubborn Arsenal team that it not going to phase them if they have to defend for the entire 90 minutes. This is how they built. This is how this team was molded to defend first and keep the balance and then get some goals and then shut shop. So Atletico Madrid team, yes, the dynamics around their club have changed. They are not that club anymore where the agenda that they are very low block, sit tight, stubborn to beat, but they're more of a free flowing. And I think Julian Alvarez, that injury that he picked up before the Arsenal game, I think that was the devastated one that really kind of shake up thing around his tie. And Griezmann, he wasn't in the game. Nowhere. Look, man, I think the Norwegian Charlotte should have finished it. Finished it. You give Harry Kane, Ousmane Dembele, these player that goal, he's going to score.
One chance.
You have to score. So I was like, Atletico Madrid, if they're going to get a win, it was always going to be a scrape victory because there's no one in this team that can break down this Arsenal team. We saw them move, I think, Llorente from wing back into the midfield, try to bring that energy and that athleticism to match up with Declan Rice and other players in that midfield, but it just couldn't work. I don't know what Atletico Madrid was doing, but everyone was way off the pace, and I think Arsenal was just too good. And that early goal as well set up the game for them.
Yeah, I think Arsenal was. I think once Arsenal went ahead, I was like, it's over because Arsenal have to sit back behind the ball and just hit Atletico on the break. But there was some decision in that game that could have went Atletico Madrid way. The penalty and stuff like that. What's his name? Diego, is it Simon? Giovanni Simmons did got a one-on-one to keep and he missed the ball. So they get few chance, but I think Diego Simeone did have to force to make 2 changes. They have to take off Griezmann, they have to take off Alvarez because Alvarez is still
picked up
injured,
on
but
so
so that
and Lookman was terrible.
Lookman was just bad over the two tie. Yeah, he was just not up for it at all. But I think the better team went through. I think I'm not a bigger Arsenal fan.
Look, I don't know how Atletico Madrid beat Barcelona, but
I think Barcelona shot themselves in the foot. They get a red card and you get what I'm saying. So I think
poor defending, poor decision, the eye line as well and stuff like that. And I think, look, Atletico Madrid more suitable to play teams outside of England. You know, it's that fast, energetic game. I think they just not suitable, you know, to break down these teams. But you see a Barcelona team that's going to come at them. Arsenal team, they at time in the game, there's like Atletico Madrid, what you have, show you what you have, what
Show
kind
that,
of creative influence you have, and they just couldn't show anything in the game.
And I was confident that if that was Barcelona would have make a game of it. You get what I'm saying? The Lamals, you know, they have another quality up front. As much as Barca don't have a good defense, but they too have a lot of threat up front with the Rashfords, the Lewandowski. You get what I'm saying? They could have created Arsenal a lot of problem. You get what I'm saying? Even at Camp Nou. Definitely have Camp Nou, you know. But I think Atletico Madrid just let themselves in.
Yeah, so yeah, we're going to get even the Paris Saint-Germain game. I think Vincent Kompany first change was Alphonso Davies when Nicolas Jackson on the bench and he need a goal. I'm like, you making I understand it's attacking fullback. Davies is a different type of player, but come on, you have to change and put someone else up there. You know, Bayern Munich. When Oli say Luis Diaz are not firing, it's like there's no other option on the bench, and I think that's where they're supposed to be strengthening coming this summer as well in the off season where they need different wingers. Yeah, they need at least 2 more wingers off that bench, and just to see a player that they once wanted before he went to Dortmund when he was playing at Rennes, Ousmane Dembele, you know, came back and haunt them, you know, at the Allianz Arena. So it's going to be a very good game. I think Arsenal are going to be a pest in Budapest versus Paris Saint-Germain. So let's see, you know, what's going to happen in Budapest. But the Real Madrid dressing room chaos. We saw Federico Valverde came out and said it wasn't a fight. We saw the statement from Real Madrid that they're going to fine players. It wasn't such of what the media was making on. You don't go ahead and penalize and punish and fine players $500K if it wasn't a physical fight.
Yeah, if it wasn't that serious, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So again, blaming Kylian Mbappe of going somewhere in Italy to hang out with his girlfriend on a day off. You know the same thing happened with Liverpool, where Virgil van Dijk didn't even realize that a few Liverpool players went out on a group small outing before the United game.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, then, you know, when players do get the day off, we are human, we have family, you know, if we get that one day off, why not go enjoy ourselves? But I'm saying, if Real Madrid was leading 10 points ahead of Barcelona, this wouldn't be a problem.
There wouldn't be a problem.
But it's just that the season, you know, of back-to-back campaigns of not lifting a title. This is so bad. And I've seen that there's a petition out for Mbappe where it's over 50 million. I wish we could get a petition like that.
You reached 50 million?
Yes.
The last time I saw it was 30.
It's over 50 million.
Jesus Christ.
Real Madrid have that much fans. Jesus. But it's just, I think it's just a scapegoat blaming.
Mbappe ain't going nowhere. You get what I'm saying? You think Perez is gonna chase Mbappe all these years just to sell him because petition up there? I think Papa Perez need to set a higher standard of who runs the dressing room, making the coach have a bigger voice and lay down the standards. Because look, you know, they have to respect Papa Perez, because if you can't go against, you know, this man. You know, I've heard reports coming out again. The Marca media report have said that, listen, Perez don't even really speak to the players in terms of having one-on-one conversation. It don't really happen. Players just can't go to his office, you know, like that. You know, so you leave everything up to the coach. And look at what happened inside the Real Madrid dressing room. Arbeloa, what he did, he never did what Rudolph Speid did. Yeah.
And criticize, he came on and he protect the integrity of the dressing room. He have never came out and throw the players under the bus. So, you know, experience and players who have done it at that level know how to deal with situation like that. So Arbeloa, I think he should have never be the coach that's going to take Real Madrid campaign until the end of the campaign. That was a big miss You understand? I think they should have get someone to get in that job, just like how Spurs get Roberto De Zerbi. And but I think someone should have been in that position who are more competent at dealing with such a caliber player. And look, when probably 5 years ago, 10 years or 7 years ago, before Ronaldo leave, Real Madrid used to have the Sergio Ramos. They used to have the Casillas. They used to have the Toni Kroos, the Modric, the Casemiros. You get the Karim Benzema. These leaders, the Cristiano Ronaldo. Real Madrid used to have like 7 different captains, even captain their national team. Now, when you're looking at it, who is the leader in that dressing room? Federico Valverde?
Vinicius Jr.
Vinicius. Oh God, man! If you have
even Carvajal is one of the leader in the dressing room, and he's not a leader. Like I think he's fighting with the referee. Rudy got flinging stuff towards referee, like losing his mind. You get what I'm saying? So Courtois is a keeper. He's not really gonna say too much. You get what I'm saying? So Jose Mourinho gonna have to fix up that dressing room.
You think he's the right man?
I think he's the perfect character
to fix things for the next coach to come in place.
Yes, I think he's the perfect man to come in, able to take away.
The last thing you want that Jose to fight with them, man. I know.
Take away all the tactics, take away all the football off the field. Jose come in, because remember, Ancelotti, when Ancelotti was there, the respect was there. You get what I'm saying? Ancelotti was able to manage these players, are able to get these players turn up and play some football. You get what I'm saying? So all Jose just need to come in, is able to demand respect. The players respect each other. The players fight for each other. And that's all they're going to need. You get me? Yeah.
So, yeah, people, that's it with the Nick and Dan podcast. We have come to an end again. Check us out next week as well for the next release on Nick Carter Media House. Much love and respect goes out to each and everyone. And here we are, people. Don't forget to smash like button if you haven't done so as yet. And subscribe to the channel. Much love and respect, people.